Yo, Steel Mills, what's the deal, man? I just left the motherfucking Play It Again sports location and they ain't got no curl bars for the god, man. Shit tragic. I gotta use my Olympic bar to get my curls in like I've been doing for the past year plus. Shit sad, man. But I wanna I didn't get to see it all. But I saw a little bit of the Andy Ruiz fight versus Chris Arreola. Man, listen, man. I'm not about to jump out the window and say Andy Ruiz is overrated. I'm not. I'm not gonna do that. I don't, and I think he's proven that he's, on the contrary, not overrated. I think he's done enough to prove that. I mean, yeah, I've already felt how I've already said how I felt about what transpired with him and Joshua, but when you talk about Joshua, like, in order to be in that position to capitalize on it, you have to have some sort of skill set there. It has to be an IQ there for you to be able to react in that position the way that he reacted, and proper punch placement for you to land that money shot. So no, I don't think he's overrated. I really don't. And I don't think him and Joseph Parker was arguably debatable. Andy Ruiz is off of he hasn't fought since December 2019. That's well over a year. I don't think it's fair that we should be giving Bivol didn't look the best last night. He didn't look the best last night. It's a multitude of people who have come off. Tyson Fury said it, man. What they call that, inactivity. These people are losing due to inactivity. They're losing due to inactivity. So I don't think that we should necessarily knock Andy Ruiz for looking the way that he looked. You did give him the benefit of the doubt, but it is caused apart because everybody thought he was gonna go in there and crash that nigga Chris Arreola, and Chris Arreola proved to be a tough customer. He proved to be a tough customer. Now, granted, a lot of the shots that he was catching, I've seen him absorb bigger shots. Man. So I think it's somewhat still him getting used to the weight that he's at. And I want him to keep that weight because he looked a lot more elusive in there, man, and faster on his feet. His hand speed is already going to be there. But I want him to stay at that weight that he's at and don't let this shit discourage him. Because that's the weight you're supposed to be anyway. You dig? You 6'2", that's tall, but walking around at 6'2" and 280 plus pounds ain't necessarily the move. It ain't the move, man. You held, nah. Stay at that weight. Nonetheless, we do got to talk about him getting dropped and him getting hurt. That right hand that Arreola delivered was yikes. And then he hurt him again with the counter left in the next round. I've heard a lot of people say that a more focused Ruiz stops Anthony Joshua. And after last night, from what I saw, now he looked good. He looked sharp in there. He looked sharp. I can't even. It was ring rust. We got to take that into consideration, man. But his counter punching is still there. His hand speed is still there. He's getting himself in position properly to land the shots. It's all there. But I don't know what gives people the inclination that a focused and in shape Ruiz is game for Anthony Joshua. If you ask, like I said, I've said this plenty of times before. Anthony Joshua in that first fight was completely separated, setting himself apart as the dominant fighter by the third round. He really was, man. It just can't even be argued. It was blatantly clear as day Joshua was setting himself apart from Andy Ruiz to the point where he got him his first knockdown in his career. He had never been dropped into that time. Had he ever been dropped in amateurs? I'm not sure. But he had never been put on his pockets up until he fought Anthony Joshua. And that was an Andy Ruiz that was heavier than what he came in last night. He was heavier. You dig? His punch resistance may have depleted a little bit because of him losing all of that weight. You dig? Took a little bit of fat out of the neck to absorb that shock, so it don't go to your legs and buckle you. Anthony Joshua put that man on his ass. So I feel like Chris Arreola is a tough customer, man. He's a warrior. That's that guy. You know, he's a respectable dude. But nah, man. He's not no damn Anthony Joshua. He's not no Anthony Joshua by any stretch of the imagination. And his jab established himself, you know, set himself apart from Andy Ruiz in that first fight. And Arreola's gonna find you. What do you think a shot from an Anthony Joshua is gonna do if he finds you, or when he finds you? Because you still haven't found a remedy for his jab. You didn't find a remedy for his jab in the first fight. You capitalized on the situation, and kudos to you for doing that. But you didn't find a way around his jab. You didn't neutralize his jab. He stepped to you prematurely and got punished for it. So I don't know. I'm not so sure. And even with Wilder, I'm looking at him and I'm like, yo. Now, granted, you know, styles make fights or whatever, man. Styles do make fights. And Arreola is a lot more competent in the clinch than Joshua and Wilder. As far as hand speed, I think what saves Joshua is his size and that uppercut. I don't think he's as crafty in the clinch like that. I don't. I don't think he has the hand speed for it to be crafty in the clinch like that. A nigga can get off 4 combinations to his 1 or 2. A 4-punch combination to his 1 or 2-punch combination and be out. It's just when he gets up close, he's so dangerous with that uppercut. Chris Arreola has fast hands to be that size. He has very fast hands. And even when Wilder fought him, Wilder actually looked pretty good in there fighting him. He worked off the jab a lot. He hooked off the jab. He went to the body. That was the only time, like, oh shit, he's actually displaying some sort of intellect in the ring. So, styles make fights, we get that, man. But does Andy Ruiz stay away from Deontay Wilder's thunderous right hand? Because I don't know. I'm really starting to second guess it, man. Because I thought Andy Ruiz would, and I still think. Now, granted, I don't want to jump to conclusions because he's been off for well over a year, and he's fighting at a different weight, 30 pounds lighter than what he's normally used to fighting at. A whole 30 pounds. That, you know, we have to take that into consideration. You dig? Let him get acclimated to that weight. If you got to get acclimated to move up, why wouldn't you have to get acclimated to lose 30 pounds? And fight, you know, effectively 30 pounds lighter than what you normally are. So I won't jump to conclusions. I won't do that. I won't do that at all, man. But I do, and I just feel I'm a little uneasy when I watch what I watch for him and with Wilder. And now everybody knows I'm not the biggest Wilder supporter, but Wilder is gonna land that right hand, man, in the same manner that Arreola landed it. I just think the difference is Arreola was able to get the shot off in close quarters. You did, because he's a little bit more savvy in the clinch than Wilder. Because Ruiz is gonna press the action if they were to fight. He's gonna press the action. He's gonna come forward. He's gonna be front foot dominant. He can't afford to stay on the outside. His limbs are too short for that. So he's going to press the action and he's going to come forward. He's going to do that. So I think it was, it's a little bit easier for Arreola to find that home run to put him down. But I'm still second guessing it because I'm really looking at that like, yo, the right hand put him on his, the right hand laid him down. The right hand laid him down. Now, granted, there was other punches that hurt him. Wilder ain't got no left hook, no counter punching abilities. Those shots hurt him, clearly hurt him. Wilder doesn't have that. He does not have that. But he has, everybody knows, that right hand. And it may be is arguably one of the best right hands in the history of the sport as far as the impact and when it delivers. Not how he sets it up and throws it, but when he lands it, it just lands with an earth-shattering effect. So I want to say, Andy Ruiz will be able to close distance and press the action and let combinations go in the clinch and do what he do, but does he stay away from that right hand long enough? You dig? When the referee breaks him up, like when you watch him in Brazil, the ref they broke him up, and Wilder was, all right, cool, we got the reset. Here we go. And he lined him up for that right hand and put that man in a fucking dream state. That's the thing right there, man. Can you stay away from that man's right hand if Cristobal Arreola was able to find you in the state that he's in? Because Cristobal wasn't active, and he caught you. Now, saving me from just jumping out the window, because we're calling him overrated, is the fact that he's been inactive. He was well off for a year, or he was off for well over a year. He was off. He was not active. You dig? He was doing his thing. You dig? He was trying to get into shape, but nonetheless, he got clipped in this fight by a dude who was, if I'm not mistaken, more inactive than him. How do we overlook that? I don't think we can. I don't think it's something that can be overlooked. I think that's something that has to really be, really be set in the moat. Like, yo, bro, that shit really has to be highlighted. Like, bro, that's a problem. That's a problem. We can't. You just, nah, bro. Not Arreola. And that was a balling ass good fight from what I saw. But nonetheless, it's like, bro, I know this girl does not have her window open with my AC on. Oh my God. We have to look into that, and we have to take that into consideration, man. That was just, man, yikes. Do y'all think Andy Ruiz is overrated? Because I don't. There's other factors that went into what transpired. It is, and we have to be sentimental to those factors, but we cannot ignore what happened. We can't. And I'm sorry, but I don't want to hear no more focused Ruiz does this and that and the third to Anthony Joshua. I don't want to hear that no more. And we may have to even reconsider him beating Deontay Wilder. That right, I can't get over the fact that Arreola put him down with his right hand. Wilder's money punch. Man, yikes, man. I think I need to see another fight from him before I say he's overrated. Because I do think he'll perform better the next time. I mean, shit, get a man a chance. He's fresh off of a fucking layoff. But keep in mind that you do have to make that shit right with the people. Because niggas is not gonna let you slide with that, man. So good win. I'm gonna watch the fight in its entirety, like probably next week when they release it. I tried to watch it on YouTube today, but the camera angle was just too goofy, so they ain't have to worry about getting a video struck or whatever. So I'm gonna watch it, but just like next week or whatever, man. So I can have a better understanding and analysis of what happened. But yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. That's how I'm feeling about it, man. Like and subscribe, man. Peace.